It's your main man, PBM Louie.
It's the homie GL.
And we're Biz.
And Bottles.
Yo, tonight we got something special for y'all, right? We got our first real food review. You know what I mean?
I'm hungry too.
Monty's Kitchen.
Monty's Kitchen. Make sure y'all check out Monty's Kitchen.
199 North 12th Street, Newark, New Jersey, 07107.
Y'all know I'm a Newark baby. I gotta tap him with Newark.
Look, so we're gonna try them. Look at the plate. Yeah! 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 You about to go crazy. All right, let's try this joint out. We got rice, mac and cheese, and wings. GL dumbass didn't get nothing different from me, so.
Nah, I'm a hood nigga. We gonna get some simple shit.
Rice amazing. God damn, shit look good.
The
rice is buttery. It's more like a it's giving box, but it's still like that good flavor taste that
this whole food critic.
You know what I mean? Man, it's perfect. It's rich. I could tell this was made with a roux. It's double cheese.
What the fuck is that?
That's when you take the fun of the flour.
And this right here is 2 different cheeses, maybe 3. Right in the process of that, right with the cheeses. It's also like a this probably evaporated milk. This is not no regular milk. All right, and then in the process, it may be no milk, and in the process of it, right, she went crazy with like some type of dressing or whatever she put inside. It's a different thing. This is a great.
She over there like I don't know what he's talking about now. He was doing good. You're gone too far.
It's good.
You're going too far.
3 cheeses is the evaporated milk or some type. It's different. It's this is it.
I'm impressed, Lou.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going hard. This is what I do.
Louis only makes.
That's what you do.
He did. I watched him do it.
All right, and we're gonna go to the wing. We're gonna go to the wing.
Food aficionado.
Yeah, word.
Garnish. It's fried hard, right? It's fried to cook to prepare, right? So that's perfect. She definitely put salt, pepper. I definitely see the paprika on the what's the name. She put some garlic seasoning on it, and it's a great build up. This is an amazing plate. Obviously, I don't know what the mixture she put on there, but this was made with a batter. This was a little bit of this was like 1 little pinch of cornstarch, regular seasoning, and she ran this through the batter.
Man, fuck what he talking about. Go holla at Monty's Kitchen, man. This nigga up here trying to steal her recipes, man. So over here, we Beers and Bottles, man. Go get you some Monty's Kitchen, man.
Thank you so much.
I got to give you the real review.
You can cut it, man. This nigga talking about it's basil nut.
What's going on, world? Your man, Mr. Mac, pulled up here at Beers and Bottles with neither one. I pulled up with neither one. I didn't have neither one. Not a beard, not a bottle, but I had a good conversation and a really good talk with some good dudes. You can't beat that. 100.
Yeah.
Beers and vibes. Beers and vibes. Beers and bottles. Beers and vibes. Flyest niggas. Baddest minds. Poppin' shit.
Yeah. It's your main man, PBM Louie.
It's the homie GL.
And we're Biz.
And Bottles.
We're here with our special guest today.
Mecca Rashawn, salute one time.
Let's talk to him.
Why not?
Let's go crazy. You know what I mean? It feels so good to have pause, to have bro here, you know what I mean? We about to really sit there and have a conversation, discuss a lot of things we want to ask you. We happy that you could make it, you know what I mean?
I'm happy to be here.
And outside of that, man, how was your weekend?
Pretty fair for a square.
Right.
You know, just a lot of ups, not too many downs. Blessed as fuck, everything on the incline.
Right, there you go.
A lot of work, a lot of phone calls, but, you know, I'd rather be busy than bored.
Absolutely, putting shit together.
Yeah, always. I mean, until they start bringing the money to my house, you got to go out and get it.
Absolutely,
You know
absolutely.
So that's the plan.
That's an amazing mindset. How was your weekend, OGF?
Mine was active, man. I was outside. It felt like I was on tour. Yeah, like we was outside. Saturday we went to Vito Brunch. That's in Newark at First Class Cafe. Lounge. We was there, nothing but love. A Left there, went to the academy, black owned. All these spots black owned for the most part.
Right.
Sunday, we went to a brunch, R&B brunch in Elizabeth.
Right.
Vibey, left there, went to SoCo, black owned. Like, it was a good weekend.
What we doing on Friday, though?
Friday. You weren't with me Friday?
What was with you on Friday?
I don't remember.
Neptunes, right? No, we wasn't at Neptunes.
I wasn't with you Friday.
I don't remember. You wasn't.
You wanted to go to Vault. I ain't want to go to
Okay. Look, so my Friday, we did some run around hood type of stuff. I'm not sure you familiar with Jersey. You familiar with Jersey in a lot of different ways?
I used to live on 10 Hill Street, downtown Newark, New Jersey.
Oh,
okay.
I went to Shabazz for a minute.
Yeah, that's where they sell the wet at. You know what I mean? That's the wet
crazy.
block.
I would not know.
That's a crazy.
On Hill
But
Street.
thank you for telling me. I ain't been there in a minute, but thank you for telling me.
So I went to the main spot in Jersey City that everybody know and love. What is it called?
Ringside. You was at Ringside. You heard of Ringside?
You ever heard of Ringside? Some of the.
But he don't drink.
This what Akon right hand man. Akon right hand man passed away at years ago. And it was. Before that, it was like a legendary spot. Everybody knew it. Mike Tyson goes there frequently. Who else goes there?
Fab. It's a staple.
Yeah, it's a staple. Yeah. Albial, obviously, he from Jersey City. So
one time for Albial, that's my dude.
Yeah, you know
Shout out to Albial, friend of the show.
We got a saying on his: no Albial, no usurper, no arsenal disrespect on his.
No slander whatsoever.
I don't have
Big
any.
Jersey.
Yeah.
I've never slandered. Me and slander don't really go.
Right.
I'll tell the truth, but I don't slander. I don't make it a point to slander anybody. Right. And I've never had nothing but good interactions with Albial. He came to the show, and me and him pieced it up. He called me his therapist by the time it was over.
Right. Yeah. He had cancer like me. You know what I mean? We a couple of days apart on our birthday, and we kind of have some of the same struggles, same plights. So we got similar ideologies, the way we think about things. But it's not about here. I mean, not about me. It's more so about you. You get what I'm saying?
You gonna make me your therapist?
We need.
He need one, Lord.
I definitely need one.
Now this is happening. Okay.
No, man, I'm a great guy. It's just that, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna get into that, man.
Well, no, you was about to say I'm a great guy, but
I'm a great guy, but I got a lot of growing to do. You know what I mean? That's the first step. I got a lot of growing to do, and I gotta just to continue to live in my truth.
I think acknowledging that you have grown to do
a lot of it
is key.
Absolutely.
The worst thing you can do is think that you're perfect as you are.
Right.
You never. Now there is no room for growth. Now any improvement is seen as a criticism.
Right. You know what it is? A lot of times I had to tell myself I climbed so many steps in my life. Sometimes I feel like there's no more places to climb, but it's way more places to climb.
That just means you ain't looking up.
Absolutely. I agree.
That's a bar.
I agree with you.
Keep your eyes, because I hear, this is gonna sound a little corny, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Anytime I get anxious about my position in life or in my career, one thing people around me like to do, and they do it from a place of love, but one thing they do is, well, look at everything you've accomplished. Look how far you've come. Like, look at everything you did. Like, look at your career. And they mean that from a place of love, but I tell them all the time, don't do that. Don't do that. I don't spend my life looking backwards. That's resume. I'm thinking about tomorrow. I'm thinking about what's coming up. I'm not really resting on my laurels, and I don't want you to make me think it's okay to do that.
Right.
You know what I mean? I did it. Cool. But there's dust on them trophies. You know what I mean? I'm not about to dust them off and show them off now. Like, I'm trying to put numbers on the board today.
Right. And you get complacent. A lot of people get complacent with the past and think that's all their life is about. Oh, yeah, I used to shoot with Kareem Olajuwon back in the day. You know what I mean?
And if that's what you got, hey, listen, I don't knock it. Like, if that's what you got, if that's your
the
trophy,
pinnacle.
If you cool with it, if you content, I never tell nobody to go past what they content with. I personally am not content.
Right. So look, let's go back. So we want to do a small life biography, like in 5 or 10 minutes before we start talking about, things of now. Give us where you from, and give us about, into high school, beginning, if you went to college, beginning of college. So give us around 12th grade.
I was born in South Jamaica, Queens, Southside Queens. Spent a lot of time in St. Albans. I spent a lot of time in the Southside. Shout out to Hillcrest. This was my high school when I lived on Hillside Avenue. I never made it to college. I was homeless when I was supposed to go. And
why is that?
My aunt passed away. I was staying with my aunt. I moved out at like 16.
Yeah, that's a familiar story up here.
Right.
It ain't new.
It's a black man story.
I moved out at 16. I never went back.
Why was that? Was it a problem in the household? Was it
Yeah, I
moms
mean,
or pops?
My
ideology was
father
different.
was in VA. It was time for me to go. My mother was, she had her agenda to live her life, and no disrespect. I never disrespect my mother, but at the time, what she wanted to do and what I wanted to do wasn't the same thing.
Right.
So it's her house. And she never told me to get out. She never threw me out.
Right. It wasn't her thing.
But when she was ready to move to Pennsylvania, I was like, I'm not doing that.
Right.
So it was time. It's a little more complicated than that, but bottom line, I had our options to stay here and graduate, stay in New York and graduate school.
Give us your real introduction to hip hop, and I don't mean like introduction like I loved it as a kid. I'm talking about your real in. You know what I mean? In the industry.
In the industry, that's different from
the
when
industry
I first.
of hip
Bring
hop.
it now. Don't cheat the people. What made you fall in love with hip hop? Then bring us into your introduction.
You wanted the people to hit?
I have an older brother whose name was Shake. I have a couple of, but one older brother whose name was Shake. He was a legend around the way. He was a member of the Dynamic Breakers, it's a breakdancing crew.
Yeah,
You may have never heard, but it was like Rocksteady and Dynamic. Those were the two crews, and he was a member of that. And he was like a star, right? And his boys did everything hip hop. Graffiti, DJ, breakdancing,
Beatboxing,
rap.
all
Like,
type of
yeah,
shit.
every element, all four elements they had covered. So I had a cheat code, me personally.
Right.
As a kid, I didn't know that there was anything else, but I knew that you could sing, but like hip hop wasn't a stranger to me when it popped up. I was like, oh, that's the stuff my brother, right? My earliest memory is I think I might have been in like first, second grade, something like that. This is gonna sound wild. Okay. I was living in Staten Island at the time. There was a school bus that used to come get us, right? I never woke up. I woke up just in time to get dressed, take a shower, get dressed, get on the bus. Like just in time to do. I wanted all my sleep. I remember walking out one day and there were these dudes down the block with a basketball net set up. And it was some kids playing basketball, or they used to have book bags, but they still shooting. I was like, yo, what's that? They're like, oh, well, they set that up. There's a couple of brothers out here doing the right thing. They come out and chill with the kids while the kids is waiting for the bus. They like bring out a little basketball hoop, shoot. I was like, yo, I want to do that. Like, I want to do that too. It was like, okay, well, you got to get up early. My mother brought me an alarm clock, right? I went to my grandmother's house for the weekend back in Queens, like back to Queens. I'm in my grandmother's house. And I'm messing with it's the clock. I'm a kid. I don't know. I'm messing with it, just fucking with it, trying to find things on the dial, listening for music. And I remember twisting it all the way to the end. And I heard cutting, scratching. Somebody going crazy on the turntables. I was like, oh shit, what's this? And I'm like, it's fuzzy, but it's coming in a little clearer as I stay there. And I'm trying to turn the volume up and not too loud because I don't want to wake nobody up. It's like 1 a.m.
And it's the 80s.
Yeah, but yes. And it's not, I'm trying to keep it quiet, but like I can hear, and I hear rapping. And this is back when hip hop wasn't on every radio
Right,
station.
it was on those stations.
So I'm like geeked, like, oh shit, I done found some shit. Bro, I think that came on at like 10 at night or something like that when I was supposed to be asleep. It might have went off like at 1 a.m. I spent another probably 2-3 hours trying to find it again. It faded out. The sound just started fading. It was pirate radio.
Right.
It wasn't supposed to be there. Yeah. So the signal just got less and less. And I spent another couple hours just like trying to find it again, and I fell asleep. That was Sunday. And I was supposed to get up on Monday to go play basketball.
Yeah, it was over.
Basketball never stood a chance, bro. Never stood a chance.
Not why would it? Over the music. That shit is contagious.
That's how I was with BET Uncut. Like, I used to stay up late. Hello, what's this?
Going crazy at night time.
Whoa, you're gone too far, man.
You wanted to at least find it, like you had to
just
see it.
A little tip
that.
drill video.
Those are some great times. But now bring us into the industry.
I was working at a deli, and it sucked. Not because the job itself sucked, but like people look at a little kid behind the counter and talk to him crazy.
Yeah,
Had like
yeah.
gray hairs. It was weird looking. It was all tall and gangly and shit. It was super weird looking. And I was seeing this woman, and her best friend was dating this dude, and the dude worked at the Source. And I was, soon as I heard that, yo, can you get me a job? Like,
How old you said you was?
I forget. I wasn't old enough to be working there.
Gotcha.
But no, you couldn't tell that. Again, I had
Oh, you had gray hair already.
I got a joke.
That's what he said.
no, he's right.
Oh, you seriously had
What's up with you?
I had grades at 12.
No, I know, but grades like this is different.
No, well, these I got more now, but I've had grades since I was like 12.
Yeah, that's different.
That boy-
I premature
My
grade.
boy was lucky. No, I got grades in my head too. when I
Yeah,
was-
I premature grade. My father premature grade. My mother don't have no gray hair, and that's why you got this wild shit happening. Like 1 minute it looks normal, the next minute it's like, yo, what you doing? Anyway, he was working there. I begged him to like just get me an in. I don't know what I need to do, but like he was like, nah, they got internships. It's cool. I got you. Put my resume in. Wasn't nothing on there that said
Anything to do with
literature.
hip-hop.
Nothing. There was no hip hop to put on my resume. I was a kid. I was working at a deli. I was working at Key Food. Ain't no
You
experience.
about 17, probably at this time, 18, man.
Closer to 16, probably.
Damn.
16, 17, something like that. I wasn't, the job itself, the internship was for college students.
Right.
I was not a college student.
Right.
Like, not at all. Like, so 17, I was supposed to go, but anyway, I started interning. Shout out to Jay Mill. He gave me a shot. He didn't know how old I was. I fronted like I was a college student, like,
And this at the Source?
yeah. Please let me in. His name was Jeremy Miller. And
Shout out to him, man.
Yeah, he gave me my first shot at anything. He took one look at my resume and was like, oh, well, this is supposed to be for college students. And I just kind of froze because I was hoping he wouldn't ask me that. I'm running down all the rap I know, all the hip hop I know, and I'm talking about this dude and that dude and this park and that park. I'm trying to tell him like I'm qualified to be here.
I'm from here. I'm from the culture.
Yeah, he took one look at my resume and was like, oh, well, this is for college students. I don't see no college on here. And I can't fake that. I could have wrote it down, but what if he called the school? Now I'm popped for being a liar.
All right.
So I never even thought to fake the funk and put that on my resume.
Yeah.
He took a look. He was like, I won't hold that against you. And just put the resume down. I was like,
Show love.
that was all it took. I was his assistant, and I was a circulation coordinator.
Where is he at today?
J Mill, he's around.
Oh,
He left publishing alone completely.
Right.
But he does whatever he wants. Got his family. I keep in contact with him.
Gotcha.
And make
That's
sure
dope.
he
That's
knows
dope.
that I'm a product of his. I give him credit whenever my story comes up. I make it a point to remember that he didn't have to let me in the door at all.
Right.
That shit was literally for college students. I was too young to be a college student, and I was not in college.
So now you get your break. And now what were you doing there as an intern? What were your jobs? What were your responsibilities?
Magazines. My thing was to ship the magazines to different retail spots, all those newsstands you see around the city.
Right.
Make sure that everybody got their copies, subscriptions. If you had an issue with your subscription, you were supposed to call a line. You spoke to me.
Gotcha.
If you had a magazine and it didn't show up or it came toe up, if you called the phone, I was the person who picked up.
Yeah.
I made sure that all the editorial staff and marketing staff got their allotted copies so they could pass them out to the advertisers. So if you were, I don't know, Toyota, and you brought an ad,
Right.
there was proof that your ad ran. So
Gotcha,
the marketing person who handled the Toyota account, they needed X amount of magazines.
To
I gotta
show
send
the
this to
distributor.
Toyota.
Yeah.
I got to send this to Lexus. I got to send this to Mercedes.
Makes sense.
I need to send this to this clothing person. That whatever the account was. So my job was to make sure they had everything they needed, and then subscriptions, and then like the brothers in prison when their magazines would come back, I would like maybe take a couple pages out, the contraband pages, and resend them. So it was a heavy job, but that's not where I made my like impact. That was just working.
Right.
The impact came from going into the back issue closet where all the old magazines were. I took it upon myself after work to organize the entire closet. Just like from top to bottom, I put everything where it was supposed to be.
But from date or from name?
No, by date. You do it by date, by month and year.
Got you.
So I put everything where it was supposed to be, and it was a mess. The closet was just like piled up. Nobody had opened shit. Like the shelves were all mixed up.
Niggas just putting shit anywhere.
Just wherever, because they didn't go back there.
Right.
So I organized the whole thing, and then I came up with this idea. First, I raided the closet. So everything back there, I took one.
You took
one.
Yeah.
I took.
I'm leaving here with something.
They got
Just outside, I'm leaving here with
150
something.
magazines.
I'm from around the way. I'm leaving here with something.
I got all of them. Like I'm missing like one or two out of the collection that are completely gone.
Damn.
But I got all of them. And then when the inventory of a magazine would get down to like the last 5, I would put them to the side and give them to Dave Mays. So now these are the last 5 in existence. You take them out of this closet so nothing happens to them. But where I really made like my own salary was I came up with an idea to sell off the old stock. I called it the back issue department. I set the prices for it. It's $5 for this, 10 for this, 15 for this, 20 for this, 25 for these. And after that, if they're down to the last 5, they're not for sale anymore.
Yeah. Right.
So setting that up, I went to Jay Mill about it. He saw it. He was like, it was one of those things where, I can't believe we weren't doing this. Nobody thought to do this.
Right.
It's right. It's one of those ideas so simple. You thought that everybody was already doing it. I almost didn't say anything because they probably got this covered. But when I saw nothing was happening, I just mentioned it. And he was like, well, okay, well, we just got to set the prices. And I handed him the list of everything, like how to sell it between this year and this year, this year and this year.
Got you. The rate from each year.
Right. The further back you go, the more expensive it gets.
was.
And he, was so, I don't know what the word is. He was proud of me. Yeah. Yes. I guess. Yes.
Proud and impressed.
He put me in charge of that specific thing. He created an ad. We ran it in a magazine. Phones lit up. Emails lit up.
Because who don't want to see an old Foxy Brown magazine or old Lil Kim on front of that mag? Who doesn't want to see
Remember the cover with both of them on it at the same time?
That's what I'm saying.
That one, Mary J. Blige sitting in
that
the
had
ice
to be
throne.
like $18, $20.
Those were, if I'm not mistaken, then those were $20. Tupac.
Yeah, come on, me
both Tupac covers. The one where he died.
Niggas will buy that now.
Yeah,
niggas spend $100 on that though right now.
Like the Pac covers, the Bone Thugs and Harmony specialty cover, one on each cover.
Biggie.
The Biggie cover, like he had a couple. Definitely one
cover,
where he died, and then the one where he was on there with the Twin Towers. But like those covers,
the one with the Twin Towers. I forgot
those covers sold crazy. Redman specialty cover with the tissue in his nose, and then another one without the tissue in his nose, and just
was that 95 Muddy Waters.
Don't ask me. No, I think it was before.
Oh
no, bro, I ain't even gonna get into that bet. You know how many magazines are in my head, bro? You expect me to
like crazy?
Look down.
I know you a hip hop historian, so
yeah, I can tell you what was in it, but telling you when it happened.
Yeah.
So take us to the transition when you start working with the actual artist.
That was before.
Oh shit! It's all good.
Cut.
No, it's all good, bro. We gonna keep this. This is gonna be a blooper.
Not my boy.
He said this gonna be a blooper.
Yeah,
Patreon, y'all see him? The water got him lit.
The water
off water. Nasty
You
work.
got the bottle right here. You don't need the ice no more.
Nasty work.
Her name, you could use his cup now. You could throw his cup away and get some drink.
Good thing the couch has got Scotch guard.
Yeah.
Back here, we can throw that shit over there, dog.
Hold on, let me get a couple more.
No, you need all of them shits.
Just wipe it onto the floor.
Man, pour this shit out in the sink. Don't
not a
throw this shit on
savage,
the floor.
No, I'm talking about what was on the couch. Just
Last one.
And just clean the cup out. And I know you want some alcohol, huh? Yeah, he gonna pass it down. All right. You want some now?
No, I'm straight.
You stop where we at. You know where we at, right?
Working with artists.
Where did it start for you? Yeah.
Well, okay, so I transitioned into writing from from just being an intern. I transitioned into writing. Again, shout out to J Mill.
It was only hip hop though when you were writing, or was like singing as well? Or was it all genres?
The source birthed my writing career. So hip hop and R&B was what I was writing about. You start off with the music rating system.
Gotcha.
Right? That's the first thing any writer who comes through, I give you an album, you give them an album to rate. My first one was Ed O.G. and the Bulldogs, Roxbury, and then the zip code of Roxbury. It was supposed to be like Beverly Hills 90210. It was like Roxbury, whatever. And I rated that album. J Mill critiqued my writing.
I don't mean to cut you off, because the only reason I asked you that is I know each section of the magazine is usually only one person that does this. So like, yo, this guy does hip hop. This guy does.
Nah.
That's why I was asking.
That's not how it goes. You have a bunch of different writers.
Got you.
And especially under hip hop, like you talking about 3 or 4 features in the mag.
Got you.
A bunch of smaller write-ups in the back. The unsigned hype category, the off the radar category. There's another one you rate mixtapes. Like we had all kinds of, and you need multiple hands for that kind of work.
Oh, so that was real when niggas was writing the mics and shit in the back of the source and all that. I thought niggas was on board. I guess, because I'm from a later era. I'm from the, you know what I mean? Obviously, I was born in 86. 96 is when I first started, my real interest. I knew music before that, but you understand, like I'm understanding the music. Mace, the first album I bought in 95.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about.
I got you.
I'm only 38, about to be 39. So, you know what I mean? You funny as hell. This nigga funny. So
not my boy.
I'm going to, going to the stores. This is what I'm picking up, and I'm doing what you're saying. I'm reading the articles. The source is a big part of my life. This is my makeup.
Yeah.
The source is like for me. I can't explain it. It's like it feels like going to school on a Monday morning, knowing that when the product drop, like a CD drop or a tape drop, when it back, I gotta go get it. If I can't afford it, I gotta read it inside ShopRite or whatever spot that got the magazine.
Went up in Barnes and Noble or something.
Right. But I didn't mean to cut you off. My fault, bro.
You got it. Listen, same thing with me.
I mean, I get excited when it comes to the music. You know what I mean? Still,
that's how I felt about it, and all I wanted to do was, the source was my dream job.
I bet.
I didn't want to do nothing else. Like dead ass. I didn't picture myself doing nothing else. Once I graduated to like being a writer,
right,
at the source, knowing that people go to college for writing to come to the source and write, and I'm writing about something I've loved my entire life.
It wasn't no internal backlash against you though?
As far as
hate. Y'all got this guy writing.
Got this young boy writing.
Got nothing. Like this guy ain't got no career. He ain't got no degree.
The internal backlash was internal. They couldn't say nothing about me that I wasn't saying about myself.
Gotcha.
I was nervous as shit. I had all I was waiting for somebody to point their finger at me and go, this nigga right here is a fucking fraud. He don't know look how he wrote. I just knew that. You know how like a basketball player knows another basketball player.
Right.
A football player knows another football. You can tell by how he's carrying his bag, what his cleats, and the way he just does his shit. Come in with Crocs, switch to his shoe. A bad. They all know each other.
Right.
I felt like that with writing. I felt like a writer would look at my writing and know that I was
an amazing way to think about things.
I was horrified when I did my first one too. I was.
Do you remember the first one that you did?
Ed O.G. and the Bulldogs.
Oh, so that one was your first one. Okay, I thought you were just mentioning him just generally.
No, that was. I'll never forget that.
Yeah,
because I thought the whole world was gonna come down on me after I wrote that.
What was the response to it?
It was
normal. It was just normal.
It was nobody said nothing. Like I walked around waiting for somebody to jump out at me, and nobody. J Mill looked at it. He was like, oh, "Okay," and that was it. And I was
that's
like,
it. I'm here now.
I'm sitting there like, can I leave? That's all you're gonna say? He was like, "No, it's fine."
And what was your most controversial write up at the time?
At the time, or over your time then? Shit.
Then you must have had a few.
Yeah. Artists are sensitive about their shit.
I swear.
Artists are sensitive. Most controversial. Well, okay. Let me put it this way. I had a lot of clashes with a lot of different artists. but I wouldn't have anything that I would call controversial. And that's because I didn't tell anybody that I had a clash, or like this artist called me upset about their rating, or this one called my writer upset, or I got an email from this label. Like I never blew that up. I felt like that was between me and them, and it wasn't something I was looking to get clout for.
That was one of the questions I was going to ask you. I was going to ask you, do you ever see one of these guys and have like one of them hostile conversations? And you know what I mean?
Yeah, a bunch of them.
And it just was one of those things where you just had to stand in front of them.
What do you do?
That's what I'm saying.
What else do you
because
do?
Young writers right now and young reporters and young bloggers, give them some advice what to do when these situations come your way.
You can't say don't say anything behind somebody's back you wouldn't say to their face. I kept it respectful. I was always respectful. Y'all are artists. This is your money. This is your career. This is your love. If you love it like I do, I completely and totally understand why you feel the way you do.
Right.
And I took time to learn how to critique everything. I learned from the best to do it. Shout out to Carlito Rodriguez. Shout out to Eric Parker. Shout out to Boo and Gotti. Shout out to J Mill. Like I sat at the feet of masters and watched them do this. I didn't just jump up and declare myself a writer. Like I sat with A1 top-notch elite level pens.
Is there any biasness when you're critiquing? Are you critiquing from a personal standpoint of your liking, or to the broad masses?
You never can. If you're doing it from your personal standpoint, from a personal point of view, then you're not really doing it. Right? My favorite and the best are two different things. The greatest MC of all time versus my favorite MC of all time can be the same person, but it's for two different reasons. What I enjoy doesn't necessarily make it the best.
We're going to get into that.
Yeah, that's what I be telling him about LeBron.
Man, you're a fucking hater, dog. This is my opinion. This is my opinion. I think LeBron.
I'm just saying.
I think LeBron the best to ever do it. I think Jordan may be the greatest.
By what?
I think it's different. I think those two different standards are different. I think Ali the greatest. I think Mayweather I think Ali the greatest. I think Mayweather the best. I think when you go to numbers, this guy might be the best number wise when it comes to. But now I'm not talking about accomplishments. I'm talking about like stats.
The greatest is accomplishments.
That's what I'm telling you.
The greatest.
That's what I'm telling you. So the greatest is MJ.
Tom Brady. Well,
because he got accomplishments.
Yeah,
his
but
stats ain't fucking with Braun.
He also don't have it. Depend. And this is where this conversation starts getting muddy, because you got to start asking people. All right, well, what metrics are we using? What's your criteria?
Yeah, because Bill Russell got 9 rings.
Exactly. Robert Horry got how many?
7 rings.
All right then, but is Robert Horry? See, so the metric becomes, if you just measuring rings.
Yeah.
No, but we're not talking about rings. I said accomplishments.
And then the era comes into play, like playing in this era.
These niggas these niggas act like they retarded. I'm trying to tell these niggas, I know these niggas are deaf. Excuse my language. These guys, I try to act like these guys is not. I'm like, bro, look. Jordan never played against Steph Curry, Draymond Green, motherfucking KD.
Yeah. And Jordan never teamed up with Dwayne Wade and Bosh and
what I'm telling you, when you're going against these kind of monsters,
AD.
When you're going against these kind of monsters, you gotta team up.
Oh no, I'm not gonna give you that, bro.
Listen to me.
I'm not gonna give you that.
Listen to me. You played with you played with top 10 rebounders and top 20 rebounders. And
you play with what you got.
Listen to me. These niggas wasn't drafted to you.
What the organization does got nothing to do.
So what the organization does?
LeBron does all of his
don't move the goalposts for Bron.
Let's get back to Bron. Let's get back to Bron.
So
see how that went.
Yeah, he just because it's going to take an hour just to get this through.
I mean, listen, get it up.
And I can already see right now you and him going to be against me, and that's great. I'm good. I'm cool with being the bad guy.
Okay, let's turn this into a teachable moment, right? The goal in making that debate and having that debate with anybody is to remain objective.
Right.
As soon as you say that's my favorite, your objectivity is compromised and out the window.
Right. So my favorite is Kobe.
Okay. You never hear me critique any project with the words "that's my favorite" or "he's my favorite" or this. My relationship with Busta Rhymes started because
You just took this. Could you?
Hey, let him cook.
Let him cook because that's one of my questions. Go ahead.
My relationship with Busta started because during one of his playbacks of a song, I kind of went like that.
You were in the office type?
No. We went to
set the place.
We're in Platinum. We're in Platinum Studios. He was playing joints, and
what were you doing there?
I was invited down to get a preview of a new album he was working on.
Gotcha, because you were right at the time. What year was this, you think? 90s, late 90s, early 2000s?
I'd have to figure out what the album was exactly. I've been working with him for a while now, so like, and the album he ended up not dropping the project. You know what I mean? Like, so not until ELE2, like he had a gap of like 10 years
without a
project, but he never stopped. He never stopped working. Not just features, his own records.
Singles,
like he's got thousands of songs.
He's one of the greatest of all times, bro. He top 10 in my opinion.
And his work ethic shows it. That man is a machine. When I tell you, machine. He's in the studio now.
We had what's the name on the show? Amadeus. Producer.
Shout out to Amadeus. Yeah, it's one of the hitmen.
Yeah, absolutely. And we had him on the show maybe a couple weeks ago, and Busta called in. This had nothing to do with us. He was just calling, just random. I guess just checking up on his guys. You know, you check up on your guys. And then he put him on the phone, and he blessed us with some, some commentary. And we just Busta just so like, you know what I mean? He's just such a great.
That's what my principal used to call me in high school. Busta, I had the dreads. Busta.
And he just so gallant. I only met him once or twice, and it's just, you know what I mean? I don't know. I can't explain it. He got an energy, aura about him that's just like, just man shit. You know, I'm different, right? Like I don't know I'm different, but I'm just in a certain place. So I respect men.
He said some crazy shit to names.
He did some crazy shit to my engineer. This shit. We laughed about it.
According to names.
With names, he said, "Fuck your four. I don't care if you 15 little nigga." Nah,
I ain't doing no autographs today, little
nigga.
Yikes!
Right, but go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Hey,
So
everybody has a day.
You did it to critique the album.
Critiquing albums is an art in itself.
Right.
I've had a lot of clashes with a lot of artists who did not like the rating that they got, or were upset, or thought they should get more, or they assumed that because we were at a magazine and we were writers, that we were a bunch of geeks and nerds, and they could just come down there and, huff and puff and force us to change the rating.
Blow your house down.
Yeah.
So go back to Bus when you was having the debate back when you said.
Well, that wasn't really a debate. I just I wasn't overwhelmed about one of his records. But when he asked me, like, what's wrong with it, I explained it to him. I didn't just say, that shit is whack, or that shit is mid, or this one's better. Like, no, I was, hey, listen, when you did this part right here, this thing and this thing didn't really, and then the flow right here was kind of, and it wasn't a huge critique. It was like 2-3 things in one section of a song. Really small. Like, really small. Had I not been paying attention, it would have went right past me. But in that moment, I was like, it was one of those things that was bothering me.
Gotcha.
Because it felt like it didn't need to be there. Like this little glitch was like this one little thing was just annoying the shit out of me. And it was something to the effect of, when I said it, he said something like, that bothered me too. I forgot about that. That bothered me too. And it was like, pull up tomorrow.
Now you a trusted ear that's not a yes man type shit.
Yeah, well, I'm not wired. I'm not built that way. I'm not built to yes man anybody.
There's a lot of, what a lot of people is, they think they're not, and then they turn into just being a yes man. You know what I mean?
I'm sure. I mean, I've seen it happen. I've seen yes men.
It's easy to be a yes man.
Right.
Sometimes you just listen. Sometimes you just don't want to upset the guy who's doing this thing.
Not just that, like, say you are a yes man, but you're broke, and you trying to transition to someone else. How do you stop being a yes man to, to do what you need to do?
Then there's that.
Yeah, because some niggas got to disguise it to, I seen it happen. You get what I'm saying?
Then there's that.
Because I don't call them snakes. They not no snakes. He needed the opportunity. We gave him the opportunity, and then he don't need the opportunity no more.
And sometimes your opinion ain't asked. So are you a yes man if they don't ask you your opinion? You just going with the flow.
No, if you just there and quiet. Yes man is an action.
Yeah,
it's a verb. You gotta actually do it.
Yeah.
But however, if you are in the, actually that's not true. I take that back. I stand corrected.
I was about to say that. I don't think that's true.
I stand corrected.
You can't be indifferent. You got to be one side.
If you there and you my man, or we working, I have to tell you when I think you're making a mistake. Right? It's not okay for me to be quiet when I think it. Now you don't have to listen to me.
Right.
Which is my problem. which was, my big issue. I'ma say it. I'ma say it. Now, if you listen, then that's cool.
Was that ever to your detriment? Did it ever
tons of times.
Mess some shit up for you?
Tons of times. Tons of times. There are tons of rooms I'm not invited in. There are tons of places I've been.
I think that's the artist's ego, though.
Call it what you want. Artist ego. When the results don't change, the why is irrelevant.
Right.
I've never. When I'm being escorted out, it really don't matter why. Like however you feel is how you feel. Me understanding why you feel that way doesn't escort me back in. Right. Like if you really want me gone, that's all there is. That's all there is to it. I don't ask those questions. When I say, yo, you gotta go.
You're done.
That's the last word you get. Now, I'm going to say it, though. I'm going to say it. And I'm going to say it from a place of honesty. I'm going to say it from a place of genuine professionalism.
Right.
It's not coming from a place of malice. It's not coming from a place of hate. It's not coming from a place of dirty macking or just me being an irritated asshole. It's not coming from any of those places. It's not even coming from a personal place.
Right.
I'm telling you, as one professional to another, here's the thing I heard, and here's the way I think you can fix it.
Right.
If you decide to.
Respectfully.
And after that, I'll shut up. After that, I'm quiet. And you don't have to be mad at me, or you can get mad at me. You don't have to listen to me, or you can listen to me. My conscience demands that I tell you the thing that I see if I'm in this capacity, in this space. If you trusted me to come in this space with this in mind, when I see this thing happens, okay, here's what, did you mean to do that? You might have meant to do that. There might be a bigger picture that maybe I don't know. So I don't go in saying, yo, you got to fix that shit. It's like, okay, this little thing, right? These 4 bars. Did you mean for that to happen? Does that?
How does that?
You got to find a way to say it where it's not fucked up. Like, did you mean to say? Is this what's happening with this? Because I didn't hear this come back around in the song.
Have you been in the artist and they were the artists and think bars just ass? Like, damn, the whole not the track, the hook is fire. You know what I mean? But the verse,
verse wasn't the verse,
and it ain't matching really with this. Obviously, I don't want you to put nobody out there because this is your business.
Well, I can't. There's NDAs you sign for stuff like that.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Like you walk in understanding that you're not gonna drop no names, and I wouldn't do that anyway. You know what I mean? Somebody's creativity, yes, but besides that, like what good does that do me? Like blowing somebody up, shitting on somebody else's work. Like that's not what I'm here to.
And I always tell people this. I say, yo, anything can sell nowadays as long as you market it right.
Then there's that.
You know what I mean? So it's an ear for everybody because it could be 100 niggas in here and only one nigga like it. If one nigga like it, that means it's a million other niggas that like it. It's sad to say, but it's the truth. Yo, music is not music anymore because we're not listening to the music no more. We listening to the marketing. Where's she at? Because they say, oh, we falling in love with the lifestyle. That don't got shit to do with the music.
And folks feeling, it's a vibe. What vibe did you put me in my
I get
ear?
that, but what I'm telling you nowadays, niggas putting the lifestyle before the music. So if you put the lifestyle before the music, I'm gonna start fucking with you anyway, and I'm gonna have a bias towards you.
Almost everything is more important than the music now. The way the industry is shaped out, it fucking sucks. It's off. I mean, it is what it is. That's up to y'all. I don't like.
You ain't listening to that shit.
I mean, I listen to everything because that's my field. Everything, I press play on everything, but that's the best way I can explain this. I have a standard. And standards are supposed to maintain in spite of the times. They don't switch to fit the times.
That's smart. That's exactly.
That's the point of a standard, right?
Just because they touching little girls now don't mean I'm gonna start.
Okay.
It wasn't.
I'm
just simply saying it wasn't fire. It wasn't fire back in the day. It wasn't fire back in the day. Now they doing it now.
That was a drastic example, though.
I'm just simply saying, bro.
He's telling the truth. I wouldn't. I didn't.
Yeah, he jumped that. But how the hell we get there?
Let's move things a little further. Let's move things now.
Just to wrap this up, just to land this plane. When I was a kid, McDonald's was like a reward. Right. Remember that? Like when you did good in school, your mother tell you she gonna take you to McDonald's.
We got McDonald's at home, yeah. That's what they used to tell me.
But if you did good, like if you McDonald's was literally the carrot.
It wasn't a weekly thing. It wasn't often.
You get that number 2 once in a month. Once every 2 months.
Yeah, it was like your birthday without being your birthday.
Income tax time.
So we all felt like that. Welfare, right?
Yeah.
You think I go to McDonald's now?
Hell no.
You think I have a lunch meeting at McDonald's now?
No.
You think I invite a client out to lunch and say, hey, let's go to McDonald's?
Hey, let's stop talking about McDonald's. I got a sponsorship.
We rock with McDonald's.
We love McDonald's.
We love McDonald's.
Wendy's.
I do a book bag drive every year. We do 300, 400 kids. They come eat. We give out book bags.
Okay. Clip that.
No, we understand. We good.
We good. We just gonna move it a little long.
The fact is, fast food was one thing when we were kids.
Right.
It's not that as now we're adults.
You might have got pizza on Fridays,
because
Chinese food.
Evolve.
Yeah.
Our tastes grow, our tastes change. I didn't start appreciating Stevie Wonder, Prince, Earth, Wind, and Fire till I hit my 30s.
Absolutely.
That music was around my whole life.
Since
my
I was
mother, Marvin
cookouts.
Gaye. Marvin Gaye was my mother's guy. Like that was her main dude.
And to emphasize your point,
I think you're a little different. I think you wildin'. I think when you were 17, you fuck with a little bit. Marvin Gaye.
Listening to it was one thing. Saying, okay, I get it was one thing. Appreciating that mother was
because now before I let go, come on, hit different. Come on, baby.
To emphasize his point, when you see a older gentleman listening to R&B riding by himself,
you appreciate it.
When we was younger, like this nigga, but now we like shit. I don't want to hear that gangster shit.
Now you get it.
Play me some R&B. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, when I found out that Prince, one of the most rocking songs from him was about God, and I had no idea. It was literally a religious song.
What was the song?
I Would Die For You.
Oh, well, I would die for you. They just had a conversation about that recently.
Whole song's about Jesus.
And then the nigga was saying how when doves cry. This was Joe Button podcast, I believe. I don't believe it was Dubs Cry. It was one of Ish. You know Ish, one of my brothers. That's one of my men. I think he was saying that's one of the most overrated songs ever. I disagree. But it was even... don't quote me on that. It was one of them Prince songs that he believed. I believe, in my personal opinion, niggas gonna kill me for this. I know they is. I'm like, yo, Prince better than Mike. Niggas was like, what you mean? I'm like, yo, he wrote the lyrics. He did the music behind it. He did the production.
There's an argument to be had. Whether you... Again... We start getting into the criteria. How are you judging? Right? As an artist, there's not an instrument that Prince didn't play.
And he wrote the fucking music.
He wrote his shit and he wrote the lyrics. So there's an argument. Now, Mike was more popular.
Absolutely. That's
but
not
there's
a question.
an argument to be had. Like, Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback, but could he outthrow Aaron Rodgers?
Hell no.
Nah.
But he was the greatest.
So one was the GOAT and the other one was a better quarterback.
Yeah. So all I'm trying to say, the difference between Mike Jack and Prince was budget. That's my opinion. But that's whether we go through that, that's a whole different.
That's a whole different, because you got to go back and look at the numbers. All I'm saying is critiquing anything, metrics are important.
Right.
Criteria is important.
Absolutely.
I try not to get in these conversations without establishing what the criteria is.
We're gonna go back to that on some rap shit though.
So before we leave hip hop and we lead into, because we got to get to the podcast part.
We got some mandatory.
Okay.
We're gonna throw back on hip hop though. Go ahead.
What you feel like was your biggest accomplishment in your years of working through the industry with hip hop? Like, what did you accomplish? And you was like, dang, I did that? Like,
my cover stories. My cover stories for the Source. I think I have more solo covers, me, myself, than just about anybody else in Sources.
Oh, that's a stat.
I may.
Let's get into the metrics. Let me stop.
Yeah. Even to be in the running, but if you got the most,
I got numbers. I can play when we start putting numbers on the board. I got 8. And I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but when you consider that everybody was assigned a cover, you know what I mean?
And what year were you there? You don't remember what year you started?
I just remember I got there like 2000. 99, 2000 is when I like officially started, but I was like orbiting around the place.
And what was your last day?
2010.
You was there for 10 years?
Yeah.
God damn, we got to double back on that, man.
2010.
Salute to that, man.
But
Yeah,
before,
no, it was a good run.
Let's fast forward now because I know that this is what the people want to hear. You know what I'm saying? What I'm about the now guys. No, he said, "Let me drink this water. Let me get into it." So we gonna start off subtle. How did you meet Math Hoffa and like how did you get your whole position up there?
I met him way before the podcast was a thing.
Oh, you did? Yeah.
Way before the podcast.
Are you a fan of battle rap?
I was.
He was. Not no more.
Let's go. You can't
All right,
ask the four part questions.
just-
Get the first. Let me get the first two out.
He answered already.
Just to answer that question, I haven't been able to get in. I stopped watching when PH passed.
PH. Who the fuck is PH?
Easy. PH is my brother.
No, I'm not saying it like that. I'm saying who is he though?
Yeah, Pumpkinhead. That's my brother. And
Right.
Pumpkinhead, all that dude on the you used to have the show back in the day? You used to rap on the show, Pumpkinhead?
I don't remember him rapping on the show. He rapped on a bunch of places. He was.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
No, I got you.
I'm like, who is he though?
That was Reflex.
Yeah, absolutely. I get it. I would have felt the same way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, when he passed away, I couldn't really.
What happened?
He was sick. He was sick. He was sick. Just to move off.
Let's go.
I stopped watching when he passed. I didn't really keep up with it like that. I still got like my favorites.
Yeah.
I still catch it. You know what I mean? It's one of the more talented arenas in hip hop. Like you see the shit Twerk does. You see the like, Swave Sever.
Swave Sever been nice.
Yeah.
Natural born problem.
Yeah. He was like
natural.
When he battled, Art's that's my best man. He was in my wedding.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah. So that's how we came into. We'll have a conversation after this is over, but the viewers obviously they know already. So that's how me and GL came up. But when we was going to the battles in 07, 08, you know what I mean, at every single battle coming up. You know what I mean? I was there at the Math Hoffa battle. I'm gonna tell y'all a story. Nobody knows this story. I'm gonna give y'all one story, right? This is my Math Hoffa moment for a minute, right? I don't know if you remember this, but HBO were trying to do some type of battle raps, right? And Loaded Lux put it together. It was Loaded Lux.
I remember.
You remember that? Loaded Lux. Mook was there here and there, but he wasn't really there. And Math was there, and it was two twins, big, cocky. And I think they passed away. They was from the Bronx. They was big and cocky. They was running with Corey Guns.
Okay.
Ars had just said something crazy about Corey Guns online. Ars be there for the battles. You know what I mean? With two other guys. One of the guys is a rat now, so I really don't want to, put him out like that. You know, because we street niggas, so it's gonna be times where it's problems and things like that. We leaving out the venue, the two guys that's twins, they approach us. You know what I mean? They ain't approach us, they approach bro. They approach ours. You know what I mean? And they go, he was like, yo, what's that what you was saying what you was, you know what I mean? So I'm volatile, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm like, what's the name? So instantly I'll make it. So a small things that could have been just what's the name situation, I turned it into, you know what I mean,
a melee,
almost a crazy situation. So I was like, yo, bro, what y'all want to do though? Like y'all come over here talking, I don't want to talk. What y'all want to do? So I go to I ain't gonna lie, you feel what I'm saying? Allegedly. At the time, I'm different. I'm a different type of time though. I'm in my 20s. You know what I mean? We gang members.
Young and reckless.
So my mindset is different, and I'm ready to die for something that I don't really realize. Even though I've been to 100 battles, I still don't realize this is not real.
Shit, entertainment.
This is entertainment.
Shit, wrestling.
And I was
He's about to make it real.
Yeah. So I'm about to. So they was like, yo, bro, you doing the most, bro. We asking him what the situation was. I'm like, bro, go ahead, bro. And then I seen Math come out. Math came out. I don't even know if he knew what was going on. He diffused the situation, just started talking shit to Ars. But they was playing. It was like a playful.
Got you.
You know what I mean? And it kind of like, I'm like, yo, bro, let's go, bro. And we went off after they. And that was my only time ever like really seeing Math. But you know what I mean? Outside of that, so I always thought he was a good dude because the time I did see him, you know, he had love for my guy.
Yeah, no, I first met him at. I'm always sticky. I'm always like a little fuzzy on this, but I want to say it was EO Dub. End of the week. Shout out to Big Zoo, Prolific, Vice versus Sarah Connor, the whole crew. Rest in peace, Vice. end of the week was the longest running open mic in New York City.
Oh, word? Damn.
Yeah, longest running open mic. I'm talking about when the towers dropped. That Sunday we were still there.
God damn, 2001?
That when the towers dropped, we were still there.
Already
EO
there.
Dub was
So
like
before
church.
that then.
Yeah, no, like 90s up. It was like church. Literally, was every Sunday.
And when it ended?
It never went away. It just like they stopped doing the live events every Sunday. But
Gotcha.
like the run they had was ridiculous. And every MC worth his microphone went to EO Dub because you got to perform live. Nobody charged you to perform live. You paid to get in the spot.
It was real hip hop.
Nothing but the most authentic. And the audience was 100% locked in. If you were dope, you were dope. If you were mid, you got the mid clap. If you were lame, it might have been silence. Like they let you know what it was. And Math was in there on that faithful shit. I was there every Sunday. Shout out to Poison Pen. He was there every Sunday.
Yeah.
Like the heads, those of us who know, we know. We were there. And that place was a cornerstone of New York City hip hop. And Math would pull up because that's where you had to go to perform. So when people start,
And what city was that in?
New York, it was in Manhattan.
No,
it was Lower East Side.
Man.
Yeah, no, Lower
Bronx.
East Side, like Avenue A, 101 Avenue A. Like when people, yeah, bro, plenty of people do. But this is when I hear people like question Math's credentials as far as like rap is concerned to him. Like, oh y'all niggas is out of your mind. Like if you question that, it just tells me you weren't there.
You wasn't there. You wasn't outside.
You telling on yourself. If you think that dude wasn't in the mix,
Right.
and I mean like
hip hop.
put your name on the list, wait through a bunch of niggas to rap, and then get up there and do the song that you practiced all week or practiced that week or wrote that night, whatever it was. But like get up there and hand the DJ your beat and go for it. Like that nigga was there for that shit.
Right.
He was battling in Fat Beats.
Damn.
Fat Beats ain't a place no more in New York City, but he was battling in Fat Beats amongst the vinyl.
Right.
On camera. You can't get more authentic than that because there wasn't no other place to go.
Right.
He
He put
did.
his
The
time
90s you
in.
talking
He
about.
put his time in.
Lions Den.
Lions Den.
Like he was there, and we would see each other because I was outside. I was active.
I only spent to the Lions Den battles that ours was at.
Okay, I can.
I'm
do
just
that.
being honest with you. I'm from Jersey, nigga. You feel
I
me?
was there when Breeze Ever Flowing did like the Breeze Invitational.
Got
and
you.
pulled up like so. Yeah, man. Like
We had got chased out of that big ass auditorium in the Bronx when he battled. What's the nigga name?
Rich Dollars.
Rich Dollars. You was there that day.
Oh,
R.I.P. This is the first day I met, bro. When we started linking, bro. That we was a good nigga. R.I.P. Fred the Godson.
Fred the Godson.
We started. He was like, "Yo, bro, I'm fucking with you, bro." I'm like, "All right, cool." And we just started linking, and I started linking with the nigga. But gang banging. I always tell niggas this, bro. When you gang banging, it's like, and when you finish with it, it's like coming out of a coma. Whatever, anything that happened in between there, that's the only thing that mattered. And then now that you like out of the twilight, you don't even give a fuck about it, and you don't even really remember those things now because they weren't really as important as I thought they were at that time. And dealing with him because dealing with him in the streets, he was different. With, what I mean, financially, it was different. But shout out to Fred the Godson. But go ahead, finish.
I miss that dude.
Yeah.
And I didn't like we wasn't best friends or nothing even close. I miss his presence.
Right, he just was
I
that
miss
guy.
the joints he would drop. That motherfucker was brilliant, and his we don't get as often as I want hip hop to have.
Right.
We need Fred the Godson like shit happening in this culture.
Right.
That man was something different.
He was phenomenal.
Rest in peace to him.
Yeah, rest in peace, Fred the
Fred the
Godson. He was
But you
not
know what?
regular.
You know what? Man, fuck all the small talk. How you get on the podcast with Matt? Like, come on, man.
How you feel about SO and them leaving? How you feel about SO and them leaving?
I feel fine.
You know what I mean? It's
Nah, so but
Start from the beginning.
all
How
right.
did I get there?
Yeah, that's the segment of our show. I'm messing with you, but fuck all the
That's the
small
segment.
talk.
I was invited to be a guest.
You was right to be a
I
guest.
wasn't there as a co-host. One of the guests he had dropped out. He called me and said, Math called me and was like, "Yo, you want to pull up?" I was like, "Sure."
Right.
First episode went smoothly. You liked it.
I argued a lot. But I argued with somebody who, you know, I've always respected, Arsonist Heatmakers. Me and him went back
the
and forth.
Heatmakers was here.
Oh, he's a beast. But me and him went back. He's underrated, by the way.
Yeah. What number was that? What number episode was that?
Oh, I can't. This
We'll
my
find
first
it. We'll
one.
look it
It
up.
was number one for me.
Right.
But if you look up like Mr. Mecca and Arsonist, we went back and forth. And I saw his point. He saw my point. Good dude. And that was my first time up there. And then he asked me to come back.
Was there any backlash from the fans of like, oh, it's a new face? Why he's here? Why they not here?
Like, was niggas asking your resume?
I'm going to keep it a buck with you. Then to now, I don't check comments.
That's what I try not to do. But
it's difficult.
He got me in a group chat and they checking the comments. I'm like, bro, I don't read that shit.
I get screenshots sent to me. Which is how I know what's been said. If it's that like egregious, something crazy, I'll know because somebody I know takes a picture and, yo, you see this shit? And I was like, no, nigga, I didn't see that shit.
Now you see it now.
Right. But back then, I wasn't even a host. So I don't know if there was anybody.
It was a reoccurring guest.
I was just a reoccurring. I don't know if anybody was mad that I was pulling up. I didn't look at the places where the fans were.
And there wasn't no pay attached to it.
Not in the beginning. I was the
guest.
I'm saying, cool, and we're cool. Like I
came
fuck
in
with him.
supporting your man.
It's a mutual favor.
Yeah, bro. You got a platform. I've known you for years. We're not best friends, but every time I see you, it's good vibes,
it's love,
good energy,
yeah.
And due to my exposure to battle rap, I understand that you've been doing your thing and you really, salute. I love that. I love it for you. So now you got this thing going.
I'm going to support it.
Right. Why wouldn't I? You authentic.
Right.
You from the same place. You do the same shit that not in the streets, but as far as his culture is concerned, you do the exact same shit. Why would I support all of that? And if you think enough about me to invite me to your shit.
I mean, you respect what I do.
Bro, didn't I come here?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And we appreciate
you. You know how far away this is from where I stay?
We learned.
Yeah, bro. But when it's authentic, shout out to Eric Monk. Monk hollered, hey,
my nigga Monk.
Boys they doing their thing. Okay, cool. If he said it.
No, absolutely. This is our third year. And you know, we got Naughty by Nature. We grow.
You on the incline.
Yeah. And I ain't gonna lie, we had, you know, I felt like we probably jumped the line a little bit because of obviously connections that we grew.
Bro, fuck the line.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Fuck the line, because show me the person who didn't jump the line when they got the chance.
I'm using my shit like a white woman.
If they was capable.
I'm using my shit like a white woman.
You got the chance. Like, show me the guy who purposefully waits online.
Yeah.
You want to see him? He's me. I've done that, and I've regretted doing it. I've had the inside track to go faster and didn't have to compromise my morals at all, and I still didn't do it because I felt like, nah, I'm gonna do it the right way. That's not the right way. That was me being stubborn and me being ignorant to how things work in the real world.
Right.
When you get the opportunity to jump the line and you know you got the talent to keep yourself in the door, jump the fucking line.
Absolutely.
Jump the fucking, where's the camera? Which one? Jump the fucking line.
All right.
Jump the line. Do not wait. Why? Because the guy behind you and the person in front of you, if they get the chance to jump the line, they're going to do it.
Absolutely.
And the only person who will be sitting there holding themselves back is you. And they don't make awards for that. They don't give you any credit
Facts.
for staying on the line because, nah, I'm going to wait my turn. Bro, when your turn comes, when your time comes, move.
That's it.
Move. Or don't. But don't beef about it after.
Right.
It was episode 80.
Episode 80?
Oh, see, that was quick.
Look, that's quick. You know, we got
I told you I wasn't hiding it. Me and Arsonist, right? And my man Amir. Arsonist, Amir.
So now, you know what I mean, as it was going on, obviously you in the process, you see what's going on. Obviously you get to see things that most people don't see, even just being a small guest.
Okay.
It's two things we want to ask you. It's a two-part question. We want to know, you know what I mean, how did you make money? Not how did you make money. When did you start making money from it? That's one question, right? And the second question is like, did you believe in it from rip, or did it take some time for it to grow in your mind?
The money question I won't answer. Me and Mav shook hands and decided that, you know, I knew what I was doing at the time.
Right.
I had a bunch of artists I was consulting for. I had, you know, me and Bus working relationship was since 2020 was like really picking up, and his albums were something you needed to focus on. You can't half-ass that, right? So there was a couple times. I if I'm not mistaken, and don't quote me on this because I could be wrong, but I remember him asking if I could pull up, and me kind of being like, I'm a little, I'm not sure I can make it on that day.
Gotcha.
And it wasn't a matter of if I couldn't make it, but it's like it's not really worth my time to, this ain't a gig. I got paid things that I'm doing, and that takes precedence.
Right.
And you tell that to a person who's running a business and money is coming in, then it turns into let's talk numbers. Because I want you to pull up here more. I want you to be a part.
You want this to be important to you.
So let's talk numbers. Okay, cool. Let's talk numbers then. And we agreed, and that was all she wrote.
Right. So whatever y'all agreed on, it's been fine ever
that's
since.
where it was.
Do you think that's because some people have left, some people whatever reasons may be violent, some maybe not violent. Who knows really? You know what I mean? Where did you stand and how did you feel when SO and them left? Did you feel like their presence was needed in the beginning when they first came? Just generally, you get what I'm saying? Because I thought you guys were doing a great job without them. Just being honest. And SO, my guy. I personally know SO. I know Heineken. They interviewed me years ago when I was rapping. Those are my guys. I know them, personally. But I thought you guys were doing a good job on your own. When they came, I think you guys were doing an even better job. Obviously, and then when they left, I still thought you guys were doing a great job as well. Sure. I just felt like when y'all came, before they came, y'all was doing a great job and boom, boom, boom. But then when they came, y'all formed Megatron. I'm like, they doing some ultimate things with some great guys. You get what I'm saying? Difference is opinion. It is what it is. But I'm just telling you how I felt. You know what I mean? These guys formed. You know what I mean? The Avengers. Nobody's gonna beat this. Who the fuck is gonna beat this? This Heineken, SO, you and bro, and then the old head back there on the lean back. You know what I mean? Bigger.
Oh, that's his name.
And then you know what I mean? Bro didn't do much, but for some reason,
some episodes he spoke up.
No, but even when he didn't, it was like I can't. When you go to a barbershop, right? And it's that no, and don't take this the wrong way.
That's about to sound crazy. I don't know.
I can't explain it, because I own a barbershop. But when I go to the barbershop, like it's 2 or 3 old men that never get their hair cut. You know what I mean? They just did. They part of the shop, and then something happened.
It's the fellowship.
It felt I can't. It was that, and I just thought it was. I thought the setup just. Even though that was, it was 80 to 120 episodes in, whatever it may be. I don't really know. I'm just, whatever it may be. I felt like that was the beginning. Like, this is it.
I agree with you.
I'm surprised. You know what I mean? You're the only nigga that do agree with me.
What, that was the team that put numbers on the board?
That was the team.
So that's the team that Eminem shouted out.
Right.
M shouted us out with that team. I had known Heineken from his This Is 50 days.
This Is 50. That's when they interviewed me on This Is 50.
I knew him from back then. SO I met through Heineken back then. So when they came walking in the shop, it was like, okay, cool. Like Heineken's my man. Like me and him bumping to each other the same way me and Matthew see each other.
Absolutely,
all the time.
Like it's love.
Me and Heineken was on a different kind of time because he was writing too. He was interviewing too. He was interviewing then, working with 50. Right. So when I used to see him, we at like industry functions a lot. Open bars.
You seen him often?
Often enough.
Right.
I saw everybody a lot. I didn't stay in the house. I understood that wherever was happening was outside, and I needed to be where that was.
Right.
So I moved around a lot. Back in that day, I moved around wherever I was. I was trying to still earn my place at the source.
Gotcha.
I still didn't want to be seen as like the kid who just lucked up or like some charity case. So I was going hard body karate. I was in everything, trying to discover new rappers, writing about anything I could get my hands on. Like I messed my eyes up staring in the screens,
right?
Writing for 8-9 hours straight, like just going hard. So in other words, Heineken walking through the door was like, "Oh, yo, what up, bro?
Bro, yeah.
Oh, yo, what up, bro? Okay, cool. Oh, y'all sitting in? Oh, that's what's up. Let's get to it."
Right.
Then we just start doing what we normally did because me and Heineken would normally talk hip hop. And I know him for interviewing people. I know, and he's rowdy. He's a wild dude. So, okay, well, it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
And SO is who SO is, and SO has always been who SO is. He got relations with everybody in the business. The people know. So, okay, well, it's going to be great. Let's talk about it. And Math is, a star.
Right.
We're in that area of hip hop, that specific niche of hip hop, that corner, he's one of those guys.
He was Mega Man or Captain America. He was either one. You know what I mean?
Thank you. He's the Iron Man. He was one of them dudes.
I'm sorry.
So all of us together, I got my resume. So let's talk about it.
Right.
And we were having a great time. So when they left, I was upset.
Whose fault was it?
Oh, you gotta.
That's crazy.
No,
I gotta do. Let's put blame on somebody.
You know what? I think there's blame to go around.
That's fair.
This guy's my guy. Because look, let me tell you something, bro. You can't throw stones or hide your hands. You know what I'm saying? You held the stone at one time. What I'm telling you is everybody's part of the blame. You know what I'm saying?
No one is the villain in their own story.
That's a fact.
Ever. No one tells a version of the story that makes them look like the bad guy. Number one. And number two.
No, keep going.
Okay, and number two, most people don't see the perspective that makes them the bad guy.
Right,
You
absolutely.
know what I'm saying? Like most folks, when they have to be honest with themselves, it's hard for them to even see what they did wrong.
Do you feel like currently people are like preying on y'all downfall?
Sure, there's some people who
all of a sudden it's all the headlines about I guess y'all no longer at the shop and the change of venue and stuff like that. You feel like some of those people you guys have relationships with shouldn't be jumped to give explanations or opinions about what y'all got going on?
They should want to know because the story is out. I can't knock them for wanting to
reporting
know.
the news. You can't.
Like I can't knock them for being curious of how it happened. I can't knock them for being curious of what's next. And when you mix those two things together, you get a lot of speculation. People start guessing. So now what? Like I could be quiet about it, but when has that ever helped?
Right.
No, it does, but like in a case like this, when there's so much information out there, any place I go, people are gonna start asking me the exact same thing.
Yeah.
So okay, I could play dumb, act like I don't know, but I know a lot of games, but I ain't never played stupid.
Right. And I also think he get him Math in particular. I feel like he get a lot of judgment over how many different guests or different hosts been a part of the show. So at what point do it be like, all right, man, what's you doing that you got to keep changing?
Right, and you know what it is? Let me talk about too. Not just that part, right? I had just seen recently, like I know it was old, but I seen the retake come when he had what's the old guy you had? What's his name? Champ. Yeah, I had Champ there, and then Bimmy was saying they stole his debit credit card from there. And in my head, I'm like, damn, bro was just, bro had his I don't want to say. I'm calling him bro. Math. Let's say Math had his problems with him, right, for other things too. So he would go to this place and he would do that and drive this place and so on and so forth. I heard Math say this out of his mouth. You get what I'm saying? And so for Bimmy to say this bro stole this and they got him on camera is lining up. What was your vibe when he first came on the show? Like, what was your thought?
Bimmy or Champ?
No, Champ.
I had no issue.
No issue at all.
Why would
but as time go on,
same thing.
I'm surprised.
Never stole nothing from me.
I understand that. It's individual.
And I didn't see him steal anything. Number two.
Right.
And number three, how many of those episodes when they started discussing Champ was I on? I help you out.
I think 2.
None.
Oh, you wasn't on 2 episodes with Champ?
No, I was on plenty of episodes. They started discussing them. I stepped out of that. You know why? Because between two grown men, I don't get involved. Nobody asked me to referee.
But you don't think, let me ask you, because it's something that, like, I think, how do you describe loyalty is maybe in different ways in different times, right? Like, I'm with who I'm with. Now, I always say, a lot of times you think it's loyalty in business, you're a fool. So, it's hard for me to decipher the two, though, part-time. You came here with Math Hoffa. right? When I say on his accord, like, yo, bro,
I know what you mean.
Come in here. I'm with this bro. So the only person to me that you owe loyalty to, you know what I mean, no matter, is Math. No matter, so any relationship outside of here, and I ain't gonna say bar none, outside of the relationships, like obviously your mother, your kids, your wife, whatever you got going on with your close friends, outside of that, it's to be questioned. You get what I'm saying? So even if he have a problem with such and such, I'm not saying that's your problem, but to make it your problem or to not make it your problem, the questions have to be there.
And all those people that you just mentioned that I owe loyalty to, you left out one main person.
Who's that? Yourself.
Me.
Yeah. That's a fact. That's for number one.
Loyal to me.
Yeah, it's a fault. That's
my morals, my principles, my standards.
I'm gonna be loyal to me until a fault.
I'm loyal to me first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. You know why? Because
Absolutely.
I watched everybody around me be that exact same way my entire career. While I was putting brands before my own brand and putting this before others, and I watched everybody do it. I watched everybody take advantage. I watched everybody pick my brand. I watched everybody get over X, Y, Z, A, B, and C. I don't feel no way about it. I don't regret.
I seen you had conversations like that on the pod before.
I don't regret any of it.
Helping out artists.
I did what I thought was the right thing at the time. So I don't regret none of that shit. However, loyalty to myself, that needs to come into play at some time. Does that loyalty to myself means if two grown men are having a disagreement and I wasn't there to see any of it, or to regulate any of it, or to squash any of it. If I can't kick in and say, nah, bro, that didn't happen. I saw that shit. That's not how it went.
But wasn't you there for some of them events when he was like, oh, I told him to come pick me up at this?
No.
Got you.
Haven't you noticed in all those stories I'm never there?
Yeah, and your name never mentioned either.
That's because I'm not there.
Got you. Yeah.
So when people ask me about it, I have to remind them in all those parts of the story, where did you hear that I was there?
Yeah.
I'll help you. You didn't.
Yeah.
I wasn't there. So for me, SO, Heineken, Space was there before all of us.
Right.
Me, SO, Heineken came in damn near in the same. I was first, but like they came in after, right on the tail end of that.
Episode, yeah.
Right? The issues that SO, Heineken, and Space have with Math, again, were outside of me.
Got you.
Now, this story has been told a million times, so I don't have a problem telling it again. SO, Heineken, and Math, and Space will all tell you, and Bigger, the night it fell out, the night they had the issue, like they would.
I'm supposed to met he had dinner, all that other stuff, that shit. That night.
I set that up.
Got you.
The dinner.
I didn't know that.
Check the story again.
Right.
I called everybody. Hey, we gonna meet. We gonna squash this. Like we doing too good. We out in front. This don't need to happen. We gonna get to the bottom of it. We gonna air this shit out. It'll be done. Like we'll pack this up. And we'll handle our shit from now on like this. We'll sit in a neutral spot, find a restaurant. Bigger found a restaurant. Little Italy, we'll poke. Cool. Say less. Here's the address. We're gonna do. I remember it was a Thursday. We're gonna meet on a Thursday. So I did what I felt morally obligated to do.
You did your part.
I tried to squash it. Right? Now, if grown men have decided that this isn't worth continuing in this way, I'm not here to beat you in the head and try to convince you that this is for the greater good. I could, but you're an adult. And I got other shit I'm doing. And no one asked me to babysit. No one asked me to jump in and referee and regulate. Nobody put me in that position. Right. I did what I thought was the right thing to do. Hey, fellas, we gonna meet up. Let's do it. That meeting didn't happen. The beat goes on. Right. I can be upset about it. I thought the smarter move would have been for all of us to keep it together and keep it going the way it was. Squash whatever beef there is. Because for me, it's not that serious. My pops always told me, I've been saying this a million times, if you never violated nobody's kids, violated nobody's wife, sent somebody to jail, or took somebody's life, we can figure it out.
Right. Or stole money.
Fuck money. I can give money back.
Yeah,
you can give money back.
I ain't with that.
Nah. it's not worth it. It's not worth, because when you go to jail, ain't no money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not worth the consequences that come behind it. I'm talking about the 4 unforgivable.
I heard you say that on the show, because I think you said that to LBI on the show.
I say it all the time. Because it's for me, it's still, you got to show me the thing that we're doing that makes the consequences worth it. You got to show, and if the consequences are worth it, then let's get it shaking. We ain't going to talk no more. Consequence. Oh, let's get it popping right now. We ain't going to discuss nothing.
Right.
Consequences are not worth it. That didn't happen to nobody in this circle. Nobody's wife got violated on some crazy shit. Nobody's kids got violated on some crazy shit. Nobody got sent to jail. Nobody got shot and their life got taken. None of that shit happened. If it's not one of them 4 things, fellas, let's pack up this petty shit and get back to work.
I just think people don't realize how hard it is working with people when you're either equal bosses or you don't really feel like this person is your boss.
You talking about me?
And in our case, me and him is 50-50 partners, you feel me? So if me and him have a disagreement about what we want to do, how do we move forward? If he keeps saying blue, I keep saying red, there's no other person that could tell either one of us nothing.
Somebody got,
Yeah, I'm about to say, give us that game on that right there. Part.
Oh, no, easy.
We both 50-50 partners. We both. But let me tell you, look, we are 50-50
both
partners. Let me say this.
Here, everything equal.
Look, we both finances this, right?
I'm listening.
But I hired him. So think about this, how we started. I hired him to come. I say, yo, bro. And I trick hired him. It wasn't like, yo, come work for me.
Hired him.
Yeah, I wasn't like, come work for me. I'm like,
This
yo,
was his idea,
this is my
his
whole,
plan.
because before, you got to remember this. This is my bro for 20 years.
Okay, then that's different.
So this is my bro. This is not like no nigga I knew from the street.
So when me and him go back and forth, we
This
going
nigga
back
was
and
in my.
forth.
This nigga. You get what I'm saying? This nigga talking about my. You feel what I'm saying?
I'm looking for a word. Keep going.
Yeah,
I just found it.
Yeah. So me and him, this nigga, we talking to me and him. The arguments be different. So you know what I mean. We never on camera with no arguments. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So he never talking about my. It's never the 4 things you're talking about because his loved ones are mine, and you know what I mean. My loved ones is his.
And what are we talking about?
Now we talking about how to push this thing forward.
Okay.
And that becomes a problem on the back end, and sometimes we stalemate with it.
So what's the question?
When
How
we
do we get past the stalemate?
Figure it out. Figure it out.
We always do.
Because you want. So what are we talking about? Again, we right back to the
No,
same.
Because
to the
one
same
person
way.
gonna have to eventually be like, all right, I'm gonna go with your way this
And
time.
that's how you figure it out.
Yeah.
Everybody can't. Bro,
I just don't want niggas to resent me.
you can't help that.
Because look, we just did a what's that shit we just did the other day? Confessional, right?
Confessions, yeah.
Him and all the staff. We got other staff too that you just don't see today. It's like 3 or 4. They go in there. The only nigga they talk about is me. So they like maybe. And I get it. Heavy is the head. You know what I mean, that way is the crown. But nigga, this nigga own 50% of this joint.
I'm easier to deal with than you, bro.
Because I'm not here to be easy. I'm not here to be easy.
Names,
I'm here to be certain. So when you have a conversation with me, this is certainly. I need you to know this is what we're doing, when we're doing it, why we doing it, and let's move forward.
You, as the leader,
Right. The founder and the co-founder.
okay,
Yeah.
but that's different than being a leader.
He wants to be the sole leader, but
No, not
we
the-
both leaders.
Okay. Well,
I'm the leader.
again,
He know that.
as the I'll
He
tell you.
think
I'll
that.
tell you. Well, I'll tell
You
you.
see that?
No. You gotta let it. I'll tell you 2 things that might help you. Number 1, success doesn't come to the comfortable.
Right.
We call it uncomfortable truths.
It was never gonna be easy.
Absolutely.
That was never part of the deal. That was never part of the bargain. That was never part of the contract. Success does not come to the comfortable. You don't get to comfort your way into success.
Right.
2, as far as being resented, that's part of being uncomfortable.
Right.
Somebody was off. People have never met me and they resent me.
And they hate you.
I see the comments. They don't hate me. They don't know me. But they're upset with me. I irritate people a lot.
You
Not a
stand
lot.
in your truths, though.
Because I don't have another one. Who else's truth am I going to stand on? I should do what you want me to do? I don't know you, bro. How do I know what your morals are? I don't know what your standards are.
Real shit.
I forgot what rapper was up there, but you just kept, whatever he's saying, you was the opposite of it. It just kept going back
Because I
and forth.
disagreed. And it's not personal. It's not personal. It's the truth. I never, and third, as far as being like the guy in charge, right? The guy who's the leader. My father used to say, standing in front don't make you a leader. You can't just that's not enough. You have to make the decisions that are sometimes going to be uncomfortable, right? But you got to make them. You can't stall.
No, I do it. I make the decision that's uncomfortable, and I let them niggas hate me later. But one thing I do respect about the homies, he'll let me make the decisions, and he be like, bro, look, you made this decision, nigga, so we fall, nigga. So remember, you made this decision.
That's the responsibility. That's the responsibility on all fronts across the board. When you're the guy, if it flies, it's your credit. If it falls, it's your credit.
Right.
Which is why me personally, I'm very careful about what I get involved in. I'm careful about what brands I attach myself to. And I always remember that it's not mine. It's not mine. If this guy sinks this ship, he sunk that ship. I'm here to help. You can ask. If you don't ask, I'm not going to beat you in the head. If you do ask, we can get it. And we can get to it. But the second you decide that you don't want my help or you just, I heard you.
What you want to leave the people with?
Hold on, before we get up right about it, let me ask me this last question. Like, now that the shop is closing, you give them that we seen that it's closed, so on and so. And I heard Math today talking about, I got you. I'm killing you niggas at the Apollo. I heard him talking like that today online. You give him saying, now that we here in this situation, like, what's the next with the my expert opinion, or is it done?
Whatever he decides to do. Didn't I tell you it's not mine?
No, I'm saying, but are you still you with it? But you're just not waiting around.
Whatever he decides to do, my expert opinion belongs to Math Hoffa. Right. As much as people shout me out and respect my voice and want my voice there, and please believe I appreciate all of it. The idea that anybody wants to hear from me about anything is still crazy to me. I'm used to working behind a pen. I'm not used to really being on a camera. This is all new.
But you've been on the camera like 3 years now, probably, right?
Still
new. Hey.
Compared to how many years he been alive.
And how many years I've been writing. I've been writing way longer than I've been on camera. Probably, so like the idea that people shout me out in the street, yo, Mac, that shit, your perspective, I fuck with your
I hear you talking about Gat just now was shouting you
out. Gat's my guy. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Gat.
Shout out to Gat. Shout out to Spinoza. Shout out to Kim. Shout out to Math. Like, shout out to Aaron. Shout out to everybody. I don't have issues with however it's gonna go because I have a certain level of attachment and detachment. Right? I came to grips a long time ago, way too late, with the concept of it's not yours. I watched the source make moves that I was in the back screaming my head off. Don't do this. Don't do this. This is a bad idea. Who's in charge? I went, knocked on the boss's door. Like, yeah, I really don't think we should be doing this. Just for him to tell me, oh, it's done already. You know what I mean? I've seen artists whose careers I've been working with can't NDAs out the ass, can't even mention their name, but when they start doing wild, yo, please, bro, don't do this. Please don't do this. And I'm going to bed with ulcers because I'm so attached to the situation that's happening. I'm so connected. I'm so invested in it. It's like your success is my success. And I don't want to see, and even if it's not, I don't want to see you go left. Like we don't put so much time and sweat equity into this, bro. If you fuck this up, I'ma feel crazy. It's not mine. Life has taught me over and over and over and over and over and over again. These people, when it's their name on the marquee, when it's their name on the album, when it's their name on the LLC, they are going to do with that thing what they want to do. It's not up to you. The only thing I ask is when you do what you want to do with your shit, if you rotate back around to me and start talking about, yo, why didn't you tell me, nigga? Which is what you'll end up saying to him, bro. It's your decision.
Nah, but they can't do that.
No, if you made the decision,
it's your decision. Now y'all are 50-50, which makes it different. And when I say figure it out, I mean whatever we gonna do, we know we moving forward.
Yeah,
right. We know we're moving right.
Right, absolutely.
And we gonna be people before, during, and after this run.
Absolutely.
Right. Okay. So anything in the middle is not really worth ending this thing, or more importantly, the brotherhood. This thing we got.
Only thing I want out of this thing, bro, is let me get 100,000 views a month. You know what I mean? 10,000 fans that's going to purchase product, and 1,000 people that's going to buy tickets to our live show. You know what I mean? If you can sustain that for the next 5 or 10 years, I don't need the people.
Why not?
We in the process. We already doing $300-$400, 300 people a live show. We already do that now. You know, this is what we do now, so we can continue to grow on what I think.
You just have to be able to take what comes with it.
All right.
Go ahead, sign us off, Mecca.
Bids and bottles and bids. I want to thank y'all for having a water drinking, goatee rocking ass nigga, water spilling ass nigga on the couch. I appreciate y'all having me, no doubt. Mr. Mec on YouTube. I got a couple of things that I'm working on. Nice tech venture that I'm really excited about.
Right.
Busta Rhymes about to drop a new album. Can't wait to for y'all to see what we've been working on behind the scenes. Again, he's a beast. So
monster.
Yeah, he never stops. The blessings don't stop, so we don't stop. That's the mantra. One time for everybody at the conglomerate. And again, Mr. Mec on YouTube, Mechanism Monday. Please check that out. That's
before we get up out of here,
for helping artists.
Give us your top 5. That's all I want to give you. Your top 5 hip hop artists of all time, rap artists, rap. And then we gone. We ain't even gonna debate it. We gonna let y'all debate. This is gonna be one of the questions that we niggas gonna debate online.
Andre 3000.
No, this nigga wild. Go ahead, Andre 3000.
In no order. Andre 3000, Redman, Pun, Nas.
I said top 5 all time.
Nas.
Start over.
He heard you.
Yeah, I heard you.
Top 5 all time. No, so
That's 3.
You said fun.
I said Pun.
No, all them niggas. Go ahead.
What's up with you? Go ahead.
Pun, J, Nas. Pun, J, Nas, 3 stacks. Pun, J, Nas, 3 stacks. Redman.
And we leave you with that. This nigga's bucket. Who your father?
Best verse ever.
God damn, that's a great question.
Somebody asked me that, like, yo, what's the best verse ever?
Subjective.
Yo, I just heard Fab spit some crazy shit.
That's my guy.
I'll tell you one of my favorites.
One of your favorites.
Through the lights, cameras in action, glamour glitters and gold. I unfold the scroll, plan seeds, stampede the globe when I'm deceased. But in the beast will rise like yeast to conquer peace, leaving savages to roam these streets, live on the run. Police paying me to give him my gun, trick my wisdom with the system that imprison my son. To smoke a gold leaf, whole heap, nonchalantly. I'm raunchy, but things I do is real, never haunts me. Wow. Funny style niggas rolling a pile, rooster heads profile on a bus to Rikers Isle, holding weed inside their pussy with their minds on the pretty things in life. Props is a true thug's wife. It's like a cycle. Niggas go out, some go in, do a bullet, come back, do the same shit again. From the womb to the tomb, presume the unpredictable. Gun salute life rapidly, that's the ritual.
That's fire.
Who you said? What's that?
Nah, I said that. That was ass.
Hey, yo, chill out.
That shit was. I'm not gonna lie. That shit was fire. But
Hey, Lou, what's one of your favorite verses?
what? You crazy? I never changed. Jay-Z talking about the streets robbed me. Wasn't educated probably. But fuck y'all. I needed money for Atari. So young, my big sis still playing with Barbie. He said what he said. 5 niggas, some stone, 8 niggas story. My old head said youngin'. Walk softly, keeping the big clip. Gotta keep niggas off me. Keep guns and costly. Money is cool to cop. Something was cool to cop. He said change was cool to cop, but more important was lawyer fees. That's how it is now. That's how it always be. I never change. This is always me. From the womb to the tomb. From now until our moon. From now into the room. Drink army from 1 cup, pass it around the room. That's the ritual.
Yeah.
Whatever the nigga name I don't know. I forget you, dude. He just should have trying to get through.
Y'all niggas ain't no hip hop ass, man.
Dude, get your rubber suits up. I never changed that whole. Get your black suits up. I never the whole. I'm not gonna lie. The whole song.
The whole song, yeah.
He said he lost 92 bricks. I sold drugs. You know what I'm saying? What means something to me is what I live. Go ahead.
Mine's got to be Jay-Z, the joint where I think that's Diamonds is Forever. It's the Rock of Gibraltar. False. I had to get off the boat so I could walk on
You want
water.
to hear the regular flashy punchline? Hey, yo, let's end this with that episode. Hey, Meg, I appreciate you for popping up, bro.
Fellas,
Thank you, man.
Thank you for having me.
You know what I mean? It was beautiful having you.
It was an honor and a pleasure.
Love the conversation with you,
Listen,
bro.
we'll spin it back. When this next album come out, I promise you, this next Bust album come out, there'll be some things you want to talk to me about.
Absolutely. And then we already, Amadeus said he gonna get buses up here. Hopefully you get buses up here as far as too.
Why don't we make it a point to get y'all to the listening party?
That'd be
Get
fire.
us there.
We have because it's gonna be a little different. His birthday is coming up. I'm not sure when, but if we have something that's in the city and y'all can,
Absolutely.
I'll hop on the phone. We'll switch math after we get out of here, and y'all will be in contact with me directly.
Absolutely. Appreciate you, bro.